This is June Alma of the June Alma Show, and tonight. Hi, this is June Alma of the June Alma Show. Hi, this is June Alma of the June Alma Show. This is June Alma, and welcome to the relaunch of a new season, June Alma TV. Hello. Hi, this is June Alma of the June Alma TalkShow, and we're back again. And back to Mrs. Ming Ramos here. We would like to ask her about, the qualities that would make a good leader. Because apparently the Filipinos, like she said, and like what the whole world says, is a very good human race. I mean, especially in the year 2015, a lot of our Filipino women have been winning all the, beauty contests around the world. And our own Filipino boxer, Manny Pacquiao, has been, top of the line all the time. In sports, we're also winning. So what do you think, Madam? The Philippines has not been, up to par. We have not been a first world country, just like the other neighbors of the global village. And what do you think are the qualities, and especially now because it's nearing election time, I mean, for both ends of the globe, in the Philippines and in the United States, and it's very critical. We are in critical times, and it's very important that, the citizenry will sort of choose wisely. So knowing that our very charming First Lady here has raised 5 beautiful children, raised them well, and especially so, has been the perfect wife to an ideal husband who has become one of the Philippines' best presidents, former President Fidel Ramos. We would like to ask our former First Lady here what she thinks would be the qualities of an ideal leader. Ms. Ramos.
Well, the Filipinos are very talented. If we can be just disciplined and more nationalistic to think of the country, what will help the country. And even if there are no police watching us, we should act properly. So the next president, I think, should think about the people, about the country, what he or she can do to get us up there again. We were on our way. But again, the Filipino wants to be the bida. The next president should continue what the previous president did well and continue. But no, they always want to be the bida. They will start again from the beginning. So we're always starting from the beginning. And so I hope, I saw that my husband had the vision and he followed through with it. He had plans about improving the transportation, the road system for 25 years. But the next president did not continue with that. So that's why we have so many cars and not enough roads. Other countries, my goodness, when we first visited them, like Malaysia, Indonesia, I was telling my husband, mukhang probinsya ito ng Pilipinas. Then, the next time when we visited, my goodness, the roadways, the paso, and they really improved. So if we can do that, I think we will be on our way. And I think our people are too sexy. We have to do something about our population. And, I met in Singapore 4 women before who were Congress women, and their problem was not having enough population. So I told them I will send our Filipino men to Singapore to help you. But our population is just growing too much, and we don't have enough schools. We will not have enough food. So we have to control the population.
But ma'am, what can you say about the most progressive economy of the world now is China, is the most populous country of the world too, and the second most progressive after China is India, which is also second most populated country in the world, and third is the United States, which is also heavily populated. We are in fact, in the spectrum of countries for population, we are not, in the top countries that are overpopulated. So what would you say about that? Because admittedly, we have limited resources. So if we compare that to the resources that we have within our boundaries, then maybe we are already getting shortchanged. But assuming that for instance we have a really educated citizenry that is well nurtured, well developed, and what do you think? Where should we go next? Do you think that it's a matter of attitude? That for instance, you were talking about the officials not continuing into good projects that were initiated upon by previous administrations. Do you think that we also have to bring in consultants as to the processes within the system so that it doesn't repeat anymore and it becomes more efficient? And do you also think that because we are not as blessed, for instance, we are blessed with so many 7,000 plus islands, and it's really very difficult to connect all these islands, with so expensively with so many bridges and all that stuff, and plus the weather is not as conducive to working. It's very hot, it's tropical, and among these factors, how else?
China, the area is so huge. That's why they have a big population, and they limited the birth rate. Each family must only have 1 child, and if you have more than 1 child before, they don't give you any documents to support the second child and up. It's as though the child did not exist. But now they realize they need more people, so they're allowing now 2 children. India also has a lot of area, and they don't have so many islands, And I think if we just be more disciplined, we will get somewhere. Yeah.
So you're saying, madam, that discipline is the root, remedy.
And nationalism.
And nationalism. Although if we are already in a global, global world, and with the advent of the internet, what's happening in one corner of the world is a fraction of a second instantaneously in every corner of the world too. So how do you think we should sort of be gracious and friendly to all our neighbors? After all, we're all in one global village, but still maintain our identity as Filipinos.
I think we're friendly with the other nations. And as I said, we just have to think what will improve our country by our action. And always been more nationalistic, which we are not. Yeah.
Okay, so any more words of wisdom, madam? It's a very, very nice interview, and we hope that we could feature more of the Ramos family at the coming episodes. And I understand you're also a musician, ma'am, and she used to be in the band of former Secretary of DFA, Raul Manglapos, right? But you have not pushed for it anymore. You are pushing more for the sports and the environment.
Well, let me tell you, during my time, when your parents tell you to study piano, whether you like it or not, you take piano. So I took piano for 8 years, but I preferred popular music. So I quit after 8 years. And as I said before, first ladies don't get an allowance. I had about 20 foundations that I was helping. And to raise money, I was asked by Raul Manglapos to join the executive band. And I told him I'm not that good, but he kept convincing me, so I joined them. And, the executive band, they are top business people. They're used to running their own companies. So we had a musical director. So he arranges the music. But each one wants to do his own thing. Okay? But anyway, I enjoyed playing with them. We did concerts. We did 3 in Hong Kong. Indonesia, we did. San Francisco, we did. Seattle, we did. And Honolulu, Atlanta. So we did those concerts. Then our second daughter, Jo, who was the backup singer of Gary Valenciano, said, "Ma, why don't you join the professional musicians?" No? So I said, yeah, sure, why not? So instead of the 19-piece executive band, there were only 7 of us. And that's when I realized that they were such good musicians. No? They play in foreign countries, they earn a lot, but they don't know how to save their money. So, that's how we started the Asosasyon ng Musiko Pilipino to help them buy cheaper instruments and to push the government to tax the foreign musicians who come here. So, that association is still going on. Yeah. But our musicians are so talented. Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, it's part of the human resource that the Filipinos are. It's besides physically doing well. I mean, on top of the world as beauty contestants and also sports heroes. They're also musicians, and. But you were saying, madam, that your advocacies now are developing the physical bodies in sports, and then raising the spirit and the minds, because you have environmental projects. And like, for instance, the Ming's Garden is, would you like to tell us more, by the way, madam?
Okay. A commercial. When we got that property long time ago, it was a pineapple and a coffee farm. And when you plant a pineapple, it takes 1.5 years before you can harvest the fruit. And so, without telling my husband, I stopped planting the pineapple and put one greenhouse. I wanted to sell different kinds of plants, yeah. So when we made a little money, added the greenhouse, no? And that's how it went. And then husband and wife would go there. The wife likes to go around, look at the plants. The husband is not interested. So he used to say, why don't you have a coffee shop, you know? That's how we started the small coffee shop. And so now when there's heavy traffic, it's good for a restaurant because people go in there to eat muna. The traffic is quite bad in Tagaytay now. And during our time, they were not allowed to build tall buildings. But now, nako, they're building so many condos.
Okay, so we are running out of time, and like I said, we hope to still, feature the members of Mrs. Ramos' family in our succeeding episodes, and we sort of are appreciative to the former President Fidel Ramos, for sort of jump-starting our economy, and he would like to call it that time into pole vaulting into a tiger economy. And thereafter, we have sort of tried to catch up already. And so, we appreciate all the, the stories of Mrs. Ramos, and try to get nuggets of wisdom on how to, develop our physical bodies and our good minds, so that our country can be more progressive and our world can be happier and longer lasting. So with that, we would like to ask for parting words from Mrs. Ramos.
Okay, our talented Filipinos, be more disciplined and think of the country. So thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you once again. This is June Alma of the June Alma Show, and do stand by for our upcoming episodes in the coming weeks. Thank you, and this is June Alma of the June Alma TalkShow. Goodbye. Thank you, Mrs. Alma.
Thank you.